o plomo.
I've had the proper instructions.
Otra cosa!
My name is Armando Guerrero Jr. I am a lecturer in Hispanic linguistics at UCLA. I'm going to be looking at different scenes today in TV and film that attempt to portray a Latinx identity. So we're going to be doing linguistic analysis to see if the actors and actresses are achieving this linguistically.
Otra cosa!
Catherine Zeta-Jones in the film The Mask of Zorro.
Good morning, senor. Give it back.
What?
Whatever it is you have stolen from my father, I want it back. Give it to me.
Do you surrender?
Never. But I may scream.
She's not a native speaker of Spanish. This is very evident, more so in consonants such as like her T's, for example.
Whatever it is you have stolen from my father, I want it back. Give it to me. Give it to me. To me.
English T's are very explosive, so there's sort of an aspiration after a T, as in T. The Spanish doesn't have that, so we're gonna get something more like T as opposed to T.
Not bad.
Cliff Curtis in Training Day.
You under arrest for being a hood-up cop, for dogging me in the mouth of my own pad. You got the right to be drag his ass in the dog.
He's good. So he does a lot of really interesting things. With his T's, for example, is what you would see from someone who has been heavily influenced by Spanish. So you're not getting like tell me, but you're getting tell me. Another thing that Cliff sort of has going for him is the fact that the variety that he's speaking, though it's very heavily influenced by Spanish, it's pretty much a standalone English variety at this point. So Chicano English or East LA Chicano English.
She's my cousin, Holmes. She's a civilian. Ain't right involved in her.
Is its own variety or its own dialect in much the same way that you have Black English or African American English.
You know this shit was just business, right?
This is Wagner Moura in the Netflix series Narcos.
Yo soy Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria. Mis ojos están en todos lados, o sea, ustedes no pueden hacer una puta sola mierda en el departamento de Antioquia sin que yo me entere. Sí, señores, no pueden mover un dedo. Un día yo voy a ser presidente de la República de Colombia.
You wouldn't immediately think that this person speaks Portuguese. And one example that stands out is in the way that he pronounced tipo, for example. So in Brazilian Portuguese, you're not gonna get tipo, you're gonna get chipo. So you're gonna get a palatalization of that first syllable. He knows these rules very well. Now, as far as it being authentically Colombian, I think that's arguable.
Presidente de la República de Colombia.
The only thing that he's doing that sort of stands out as Colombian is probably in the prosody or in the intonation that he is speaking Spanish in. Al Pacino in Scarface.
Why? Yeah, nothing. I just say paranoid.
It's a good movie, but it's so bad. I see the attempt. The attempt is trying to get at a sort of Latinx linguistic structure, if you will. And one thing that I noticed was in the syntax. So in the sentence structure, at some point he mentions I not.
Don't go too far, Tony. I ain't not, Mel.
As opposed to I am not. So he sort of removes the verb.
I ain't not, Mel.
I'm not catching anything that is Cuban per se. I could see what they're doing with the sentence structure, and I think that's where they're trying to get the immigrant aspect of it. But there's so many different things that they could have done. They could have done away with a lot of the consonants, for example.
I made what I could on the side, but I never turned you, Frank.
This is Ronnie Hawk in the Netflix series On My Block.
I get to walk away.
Okay, maybe figure this out now.
There's nothing to figure out. Mansei and Caesar are backstabbing liars. Dude, drop it.
Look, they're putting Jamal in the game.
And if I don't, what are you gonna do, Holmes? Gonna put a green light out on me? No, but I will put you on pause.
And I'm gonna watch and maybe even get in on it.
Enough! Están actuando como un grupo de niños. Si alguien dice otra cosa, les voy a pegar en la boca. All of you behind the bleachers, now!
First and foremost, you can hear that her native language is not Spanish, it's English. She's not a heritage speaker of the language either. And you can hear this when she begins to speak.
Están actuando como un grupo de niños.
She's not speaking as a native speaker or a heritage speaker. She's definitely speaking as someone who learned Spanish as a second language. And you can see that in all the different characteristics that would be natural to a Spanish speaker. So for example, implosive B.
Voy a pegar en la boca.
That sort of intervocalic B between the two E's in bebe is a lot lighter. And that's a characteristic that really just stands out as not being from a native speaker of Spanish. And you can see that in the way that she sort of says the entire statement.
Trust me, I know.
And what is the evolution? We're seeing more authentic representations, at least linguistically, of these identities. Al Pacino in Scarface was doing something several years ago that I don't think would fly today. Wagner is not Colombian, nor does he speak Spanish natively, but he's really still able to get at that performance because he's not relying on stereotypes. So we're not at the full place where we need to be, which is to actually get an actor or an actress to represent the identity that they are.